Alright everyone, I have finished drawing my monster. I have drawn it in pencil and then outlined every line that I see with my black marker. I have some animal parts and I have a nice face with some face features, eyes, nose, and mouth. So now I'm ready to start adding some texture. I'm going to use my oil pastels to add at least 4 different textures to my monster or more. So I think I will start with my blue oil pastel. I think I really want the legs of my monster to be a nice scaly texture like a lizard using blue. So I'm going to put a scaly texture all along my monster, just like how we practiced in our sketchbook. And I'm going to keep doing this until I filled up the whole monster with the texture. Remember, the texture should be lines and shapes very close together. And I've finished that leg. Okay, now I'm going on to this leg. I'm going to add that scaly texture again. So remember, lines really close together. I don't want to start my next line all the way down here. I want to put it right up against that line. Okay, now I will choose a new texture and a new color. So I think I'm going to have red now. And I think I want to add some red fur all over the monster's belly. So I'm going to put some lines very close together on the monster's belly. Just little short lines, but they have to be very close together. They can't be like this. They have to be very close together. I want my monster to be very, very hairy looking, almost like rough hair. You could feel, and it would be very rough. I'm going to fill up those empty white spaces. Okay, that texture is done. Now I'm going to keep doing this until I have 4 different textures all over my monster's body. So maybe I'll pick a different texture for his arms, maybe a texture for his feet or his face, or even his hair around his head. So maybe I can choose an orange and do some zigzag lines very close together. This could be a texture. It's a hairy, maybe it would be a soft hairy texture. Okay, I have 3, I need 1 more, so I'll put some on his arms. Now, when I think I'm complete with my textures, at least 4, then it's time to switch over to your watercolor paint, okay? So we have our watercolor tray with our paint and our water cup, our rag to wipe on, and 2 different sizes of brushes, a big and a skinny brush. So I'm going to look at the texture that I just created on the legs. I want to use the complementary color of blue to paint the background of the legs. So we know that that is orange. So I will dip in my water, dip in my orange, and then paint right over that blue with my orange. And we remember that orange and blue look really nice together. They really stand out. So I paint my legs all the way. Next I'll paint that leg. Now I'll do the same thing for the stomach. I know the complementary color of red is green, so I need to dip in my water, wash all that orange away, dab on my rag. Now dip in my green, and I'm going to paint all over that red with the green. And green really stands out against red. Okay, I'm going to keep doing this until I fill the whole body. Now, if I have some nice details on the face, that's where the skinny brush will come in. I can maybe take my skinny brush and dip in my yellow, and maybe I want my monster's teeth to be a nice bright yellow. So I can use the skinny brush for some really tiny details. Maybe I want my monster's nose to be a little bit pink. Okay, now when you finish your monster, it should look kind of like this. We painted all the details with complementary colors and the tiny details. And I even thought of something I could put in my background. I put a ground and some trees and a blue sky. So you be creative with what you put in your background as well.